So Trump and Biden had their debate, the last one, and I gotta tell you, I was yelling at the TV almost the entire time because Joe Biden could not stop lying. They weren't even like hardly believable lies either. They're so easily disproved and blatantly stupid lies. Like, dude, what are you doing? Anyway, here's 3 lies that he said during the debate that I just have to address.
Abraham Lincoln here is one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern history. He pours fuel on every single racist fire. Every single one. Started off his campaign coming down the escalator saying he's going to get rid of those Mexican rapists. He's banned Muslims because they're Muslims.
That was actually 2 lies in one, but the overall theme is that Trump is racist. This is one of those lies that's persisted for way too long, and it's because the left tends to take little bits of what Trump says and then like creates an entire narrative around that little thing. For instance, Trump never called Mexican immigrants rapists. He was referring to the illegal immigrants who actually do have a serious problem when it comes to raping people. Look at these numbers here as given to us by a report from the Washington Examiner. Now, this report was compiled from the Princeton Policy Advisors, and as you can see here, 118,000 rapes were recorded. So yeah, maybe he's kind of right. Also, Trump never banned Muslims because they were Muslims. Trump banned travel from 7 different countries because they were hotbeds of terrorism. He did that because there were tons of refugees flooding across Europe at the time. As a result, there were a lot of terrorist attacks happening in those European countries, and it got so bad that even Chuck Schumer suggested a pause in travel at the time. By the way, do you want to know whose administration labeled those countries as terrorist hotbeds? I'll give you a hint. It was these guys. Also, Trump is the one navigating peace deals in the Middle East and brought black unemployment down from 7.5 to 5.4. If Trump is a racist, then he's just really bad at being one.
I have one final question.
Would he close down the oil industry?
It falls.
Would you close down the oil
By
industry?
the way, I would transition from the oil industry, yes.
Oh,
I would
that's
transition.
a big statement.
It is a big statement
That's a big
because
statement.
I would stop
Why would you do that?
because the oil industry pollutes significantly.
The problem with Joe Biden's position on fracking is that we don't exactly know what his position is. And the only reason I say that is because it's morphed so much.
What Senator Harris said is Joe Biden has very clear that he would not end fracking. We rate that as inconclusive because July 31st, 2019, when asked about that, Vice President Biden left a very strong impression that fracking would be eliminated, and he would say there'd be no more subsidies for it. His position has since evolved. March 2020, he said in a debate, no new fracking would be allowed. Then he has said he's opposed to ending fracking at all. So he has an evolving record on this question of fracking.
It's pretty clear that the Biden campaign is really only deciding what he's going to do with fracking based on how popular his positions are. It turns out that a complete ban on fracking isn't really popular at all. But no matter what his position is, his position ends with the end to fracking. And I rate that as a complete lie. I say this because collectively all of America's energy needs are provided by oil and gas. And according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, 63% of the total U.S. crude oil production comes from fracking. Eliminating fracking would cripple us energy-wise. Not to mention that even if he were to phase it out, he does not have the rare earth minerals necessary to create all this renewable energy stuff. We would have to end up importing a ton of these rare earth metals, and you know who's selling them? China. Go figure. And that's not even talking about all the land we'd have to destroy and develop just to implement these renewable resources.
I support private insurance. That's why I didn't. Not one single person with private insurance would lose their insurance under my plan, nor did they under Obamacare.
What? Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna let you guys take this one.